Hey everybody, Jeff here. So, yeah, I want to jump on some of these threads that are going around, and actually, the ones I'm jumping on that I'm going to be filming are for Ron Haggerty. We're going to jump on. He posted the other day. It's called "Spread the Love," and basically, it is 10 albums with a song that has love in the title. Easy peasy, right? A couple immediately jumped to mind, and I went and grabbed them. And then basically, I didn't go much further than to just start flipping through, looking at bands that I knew probably would have that theme and just pulling them. So, it's obviously fairly easy to find love in the title for various types of music. I tried to actually stick with some of the heavier stuff, but I wanted to find some diversity and not just show a lot of the typical stuff. There is one or two typical things in here. So, now the verse that he quoted at the beginning of his message, he said Ephesians 13. I know he meant 1 Corinthians 13 and the love chapter. That the greatest of these is love. So I thought I would go with that theme actually, and I pulled up Deliverance, their first album, and they have a song in here called "No Love." And it's actually that verse. It says, "If I speak with tongues of angels," which was said long ago, "if love is not the motive, I'm as evil as a foe. You're as evil as a foe." Anyway, it goes on to talk about what 1 Corinthians 13 talks about. That if you do all of these things, but you don't have love, it doesn't make any difference. For the greatest of these is love, is how it ends, of course, which is the verse he quoted. So, number one, Deliverance, one of the early Christian thrash bands of the late 80s, and their thrash masterpiece, "No Love." Don't tell me you love me. No, don't tell me you love me. Probably the most popular song by this band, Night Ranger. Probably the song that I think it was the song that pretty much broke them. It's the song that every band I've ever been in has played. The most common, that and Sister Christian are the two most common songs probably known by this band. Anyway, so yeah, this was a no-brainer. It was just like, oh, don't tell me you love me. Grab it. Now, Revolution Saints. Not sure if all of you are totally familiar with them. So I just mentioned Night Ranger. Got Jack Blades on bass and singing. And Revolution Saints has Jack Blades from Night Ranger also on bass and occasional vocals. And then it's got Dean Castronova on vocals and drums. He's mainly lead vocals. And then this trio was rounded out by Doug Aldridge. He's been with Whitesnake, and he's done so many bands that I'm totally forgetting the name for. Anyway, great power trio, melodic, great stuff. I knew that they'd have to have a love song on here. So sure enough, you look it up, and they got the "Can't Run Away from Love." Anyway, if you haven't checked this band out, check them out. They've got a couple albums out, really good stuff. Collective Soul, this is their first album that I just recently showed, that I just recently picked up a few weeks ago, with their song "Love Lifted Me." And I know that's going to be really hard to read, but "Love Lifted Me." Love me some Collective Soul. Get it? Love Collective Soul. Oh, dad jokes, right? Sacred Warrior, Master's Command. Now we're going back into the Christian metal realm, and they have their song "Unfailing Love." Another one of those great melodic metal bands of the 80s. Here's one. This is one that I thought was kind of a fun twist. This is Vengeance with Human Sacrifice. This is the recently released vinyl from Vengeance, one of the earliest extreme metal, thrash, deathy type metal bands of the 80s. One of the ones that was one of the first controversial and heaviest of Christian bands back in the day. They have a song called, just the fifth track there, called "I Love Hating Evil." Great song. It's got love in the title though. There you go. Stryper, the new album from Stryper. Yes, Stryper, they have tons of songs about love, and on this new album they have the song that you've probably seen the video for if you watch videos on bands like Stryper, "Make Love Great Again." Great song, great band, great album. A band I bring up quite often. Was kind of surprised that I could find. I knew that they had songs with love in the lyrics, but I was trying to figure out if they had one with it in the title, and I found one. One of my favorite bands, pop type, new wave type rock bands, the 77s, and they have a song on here which is a cool little play on words. It's called "The Rain Kept Falling in Love." One of those like weird combos you might see on like Wheel of Fortune. Anyway, The Rain Kept Falling in Love. Great song. Just great play on words. Great. They always have cool, nifty things like that. This is their album, though it's not titled. It's just called the 77s. It's always been known as Pray Naked because that's what the title of the song that opened the main title track is. But the record labels didn't like that name, so they made them remove it, and it's just called the 77s. We know it's called Pray Naked. And of course, Ron mentioned these, and I had to bring it up. But this was neat because I knew of Love Ain't No Stranger. I'm a big Whitesnake fan. Love Ain't No Stranger. But then I opened it up and realized, you know what? On this one album, you've got Love Ain't No Stranger, Guilty of Love, Need Your Love So Bad, which I think is pretty much kind of a bonus track, and Hungry for Love. So this album is full of love. It's like every side of this four-sided record has a love song on it. And the last one I dug a little deeper just to find something cool, and this is going back into there's no lyrics here, but it's got cool jazz guitar player, Philip Upchurch. And actually on here we've got more than one, because we've got the song You Lost That Love and Feeling. Yes, that song, cover tune, jazz style, very great stuff. And I Still Love You, which is not the Kiss song. Anyway, so you got two love songs right here on side B of Philip Upchurch's great jazzy guitar album. And there you go. 10 songs to show you the love. So jump on board. Show us some love. Show us some love. Jump on this thread and show us your videos. That's all for now. Rock on.